Well, hello, everybody. Here we are, lesson 5. So, as you know, we've gone through one story already, Two Kinds by Amy Tan, and we looked at main idea, we looked at vocabulary, we looked at point of view, and we looked at characterization, and we looked at theme. So, that was our whole process. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to rinse and repeat. We're going to do the same process again with a new story. We're going to go twice as fast, and you're going to have a lot more autonomy this time around. So let's get to our objective here. I will be able to, or you will be able to, determine the main idea of the story by highlighting and looking up the meaning of important vocabulary and evaluating the author's choice for point of view. So we're doing main idea, vocab, and point of view in one shot. Here's our story. It's a really cool story. I think you guys will really enjoy it. It's called The Bass, the River, and Sheila Mant by W.D. Wetherill. And this word right here is bass, not bass, not like inquire or band. This is a bass, and this is a type of fish, and this is what it looks like. This is a largemouth bass. So if you have any background in fishing or have ever gone fishing, you're going to be able to access some of that experience and apply that to this story. If you're not familiar with fishing, time to learn a little bit about it, I guess. So this is a bass, and this is a fishing rod with a hook, a lure, and a reel. Also in the story is this type of a boat here. This is a canoe, and it was used by the Native Americans. And a lot of people still ride in canoes. We actually used to have a canoe. It was great. So people can paddle canoes on flat rivers or lakes even. That's a really fun way to get around. This particular story, the characters take a canoe ride, and it's a really interesting story. I think you guys will really enjoy it. All right, well, here's our process, though. So if you can work with your group and do this, it will be way more fun, and you'll probably end up with a better understanding of the story. So if you can call your Google group, your book club group, and use Google Hangouts, I think that would be really good. Either way, read the page out loud, even if you're doing this all by yourself. Yes, it's weird, but the benefit is it kind of slows down your process, so you're not just skimming the words super fast. So it slows you down, which is a good thing. And the second thing it does is if you realize you're stuttering over a couple words or don't know how to pronounce them, that's a really good word that you probably want to mark or highlight, right? That you're not really familiar with. So 2 good benefits of reading it out loud, even though it is weird. Maybe give it a go and try it out. You're going to highlight unclear or unknown yet unimportant or yet important words. I would recommend printing out the text for the story. I think that would be a really good idea. I've included the digital copy, and you could just read it on your computer, and that is also fine. But I think for the work that we're doing, it might be better to print it out. So that's my suggestion. But either way, you're going to need to highlight it, highlight the words, and then if you can have a chat with your group to decide which words you just want to talk about and which words are important enough to look up, and discuss the major events and write that down in your chart. And then it's a rinse and repeat for each page after that. This story is only 4 pages long, so it's not too bad. It does have more complicated vocabulary than Two Kinds, though, so that rigor is gonna go up. Just a reminder, the reasons to look up words, if it's repeated like more than once and you don't know it, probably should look it up. If none of you in your group can figure it out, look it up. And if you feel like you're really kind of missing the main idea of what's happening in the story, that's another good idea to look at. All right, so for next time, due by the next class, and check the due date on PowerSchool, should be in there. Main idea for each page, 1 or 2, no more than 2 vocabulary words with the definition. And you're going to do author's craft point of view. And again, you're looking at why did the author choose that point of view? Which one did they choose? Can you prove that with 3 pieces of evidence? And also, what would have changed in the story if they would have chosen a different point of view? Look at the last 8 paragraphs on page 4 for really good evidence. And if you want to listen to an audio version of that text, you can click in the presentation. I think that's all for this time. Please feel free to Google Hangout, message me, or call me, or email. It's totally fine. I will have office hours, of course, during our regularly scheduled block times. And I'll probably be checking it other times throughout the day, too.